So, starting off showing the terrible corners of doom. This, hopefully, eventually, is going to be a feed room. But as you can see, it's currently horrendous. And this, in here, is going to be converted into a dog kennel. Oh, this area here will be a feed room and tool storage. We've just about all this green is very old because the roof up here used to leak, but we have sealed that up. So all this lot needs to be undoomed, sorted out and brought through obviously this area. First, clean it up and make this into the feed store room and tool room, and then this will be part of a dog room and kennel. So that's two corners of doom. And then out here is another rather huge corner of doom, which I'm about to tackle today. Not Mara has spotted a beastie. This is all stuff the dogs have chewed up. And oh, you're probably pointing into the sun. Let me take you this way to show you. Let's go over this direction. I've got lots of planters that I want to plant up. But yeah, so this part of the house over here is the back of the bit that we actually live in. And later on today I'll take you up there to show you the rest of the ugliest house in Portugal. And I'm going to start by sweeping up here and in that room there, which is just full of crud. Corners of doom everywhere. Mara's determined she's going to get something there. What is it? Is it a lizard? What have you found? Mara, move. What have you found? What's in there? Is it a mouse? Well, this is Mara and Dodge, the other two dogs that you haven't yet been introduced to. And they pretty much live out in this space most of the time because they are terrors for eating things they shouldn't eat, like chickens and ducks. Yeah, alrighty. Let's switch you off. Introduced 3 corners of doom. It won't all get done today. But yeah, tell me about yours. What are your corners of doom like? Well, that's me somewhat sweaty. I've not done anything out here yet because the sun is just too strong. But I have worked on this area in here. This over here was all just waste wood and things from the previous chap before we bought it, used this as his wood store. But eventually it will actually have this. This is all stuff from when he was here, and it's just rubbish and scrap. So another corner of doom to sort. But through that wall is where our current living room is. So we plan to open up a doorway through to link. And then here, this I guess will be a bathroom eventually, I think. I mean, it's quite a big room, but it was the whole thing was full of, and this is just a little small room. I guess probably pantry. But yeah, it's the corners of doom have to be all sorted out bit by bit. And yeah, when there's only one person or sometimes 2 people at it, it takes time. So that's that part. Hello, Dodge. Hello, Dodge. Do you want to say hi? You're a good boy. Beep, beep, please. Beep, beep, please. This, you may or may not know, is a tree of paradise or a tree of heaven. Absolute nightmare. Grows like a weed everywhere and is clearly growing directly through concrete here. Oh, here's a funny little, ugliest house in Portugal thing. Have you seen those stairs? They've been put in upside down. So eventually we're going to have to do something about that because the steps are just ridiculously high. Ugh. So we come up here. We don't come up here very often because the steps are so dodgy. This is just to block the dogs getting up because Mara has Mara is the golden dog, in case I didn't introduce you properly. That's Dodge. Mara has been known to come up here and jump the ball, which is not wise. So this is the upstairs terrace that Kat, my daughter, and I re-screeded all of this last year to stop the roof leaking. And you probably need me to actually come to the other end and talk pointing the other way because of the sun. So as I say, this we put down the screed floor last spring, and it still needs to have the sealant applied on the top. That'll be a plan just as soon as we can get it done. And we need approximately another 2 bags of cement made up for this section, which doesn't actually leak badly, but we'll do it anyway. Here's another corner of doom, just as it was when I bought the property. I don't know how much you'll see in there, but a good sized room full of junk. And very interesting building techniques used. Can you see? It's oh, there's a nest up there. Yeah. I don't really want to say too much about that ball, but so far it's standing up. And over this side is similarly strange. Now, under here, under these eaves, would have been an original roof to the old cottage that we actually live in. And then this has been added on top, and I'm not entirely sure why. But however, as I say, it wasn't us, wasn't the chap before us, it was the chap before that. So he had his own reasons. So we wander through here. This is the chimney in our downstairs living room, which has obviously not got tall enough. Oh, here's interesting. Let's back up. Let's back up a little. Apparently, when the builders built this house, they provided no access to that top floor, which would be, so we've got the ground floor, first floor, and second floor. So they just hacked a door in, squint, not central, just hacked a door in. I don't know. So obviously concerns about whether there's any sort of supporting beams. Lots of junk. We have started clearing up here. But, so, walk with me into the main part of the ugliest house in Portugal. It isn't all bad, guys. This is absolutely beautiful. This will be the outdoor terrace on this floor, on the second floor. And again, this is one of these trees that grow like weeds here. And this tree has only been growing for less than 15 years and is already taller than the house. And it has, I think I showed you in another video, it sprouts up from the bottom, it throws seeds everywhere. It's just, I mean, it's beautiful, incredibly invasive, obviously not growing where we need it. So anyway, this is the terrace area. As I say, really will be beautiful eventually. Gorgeous view. And then this is a reasonable sized bedroom, I guess. Both, oh no, that one's got an arched door, the other one hasn't. This could be another little room or hallway, I'm not entirely sure. Big window for a hallway, so I mean, it could maybe be a little office or something. And then a very long and rather dark corridor. This little gap in here, oh, you probably can't see at all, I guess is something to do, you know, maybe the stairs were supposed to go there, but they didn't get built. There's another window here. This is another smaller bedroom looking out into the very, very ugly courtyard. However, as I say, down here is our current kind of kitchen and feed room. And as you can see, that's most of our land out the back. I want to take a big chunk of this wall here out and put in a pretty gate so that I can see up onto the land easier. We may keep a part of the wall going that way because I'd like to put a lean-to shed at the back there for hay and things like that eventually. But yeah, this is the, as I say, courtyard of doom. It's just, it can only be improved. And then, so here, all the rooms are pretty much ready to go. The walls are finished. The floors are not finished. We do have the electrical points are in with the conduit. However, the conduit's been down for so long, a lot of it's broken. So I think we're going to have to go back to plan A with redoing all the conduit and then finishing the floors. But yeah, we've got conduit running for lights and plug sockets and so on. And then this room, which I prefer, it's my favourite room. Again, it's got all the conduit stuff. Oh, it's had a big hive up here at one time. But look at that view of our land. I hope I'm pointing this in the right direction. Isn't it just beautiful? And yet in this room, obviously there's no window, but it's so cool. So I'd love this to be my room, maybe. Although there's lots of different changing plans at the moment, it may be that when we get enough money, whenever that might be, sorry, back into this little corridor, and I'll just give you a little peek at this. It's just a tiny little bathroom and a little side view. Oh, Bob kicked this shoe up here months ago when he was bouncing on the trampoline, and he told me I wouldn't be able to get it back because it was at a sealed window, but it's not, so now we have a shoe for Bob. So yeah, as I say, it's got potential. It's a lot bigger than I need by myself. If indeed my daughter does move in with our partner and take the children or whatever might happen. So originally we thought, you know, it'll be a big family house, but maybe there's potential here to split it into other accommodation. Obviously when funds become available, which we don't have right now. So yeah, the ugliest house in Portugal, but I think it has potential to be made considerably less ugly. But yeah. And it does look very different when the land is actually green, which obviously isn't at the moment. Okay, I'm going to take you back down these stairs, and I'm going to need both my hands to do that because they're terrifying. So I'm not actually sure if I've ever shown you the front of the house. Please ignore all the mess, it's more corners of doom. But this is the original little cottage. And up there is that funny little room under the eaves that I showed you. The other side of it that's got this weird roof on it now. And then there is the house. As I say, it's got potential. It's just, you know, it's 15 years since it was started and then abandoned, and then my dear friend who passed away that had the place, he was the second owner since it was built. He just really, you know, he was on his own. He didn't need to do anything with it. He just lived in the part that we're currently living in. Yeah, I think you can see not the bonniest house there's ever been. It is pretty huge. Well, for me who lived in a bus, it's quite overwhelming to see just how big people thought they needed houses. So as I say, jury's out at the moment as to what will become of it. It may be that we do absolutely nothing to it. I would like to get windows in the rest There are some windows and I'd like to get windows in the rest and doors on to at least make it wind and watertight. But that may be about as much as we do for the next few years. So this here is the room that I said I would love to have if I ever get to live in it, which looks on up the land up that way. So that would be my ideal of the perfect room. Lots more corners of doom, as you can see. I aim to work through one per week. So I didn't show you the after. What I have actually done today is I haven't done that courtyard because it's just far too hot when the sun's out. But that first room on the ground floor, I have cleared an area. I don't know, well, you'll see in the video. I've cleared quite a big floor space of just wood waste and rubbish. About 10 bin bags full, so I think that's enough. Big bin bags full, so I think that's enough for me for the moment. I'm desperately needing a drink. So I'll go back in and get myself a nice cup of tea, because you probably know me by now, tea is the answer for everything. Okay, I hope everyone's having a wonderful today. Catch you later.